everybody, it's Seven Days here, and welcome back to 7 Days Tonight. So, this isn't the exact kind of my base or anything alike to anything in my survival series. This is a base testing one. Um, Basically, so as you can see, it's day 9, and I've been working on it. I've tested it out on day 7. Day 7 it's okay, so I've done a few upgrades to the base. So, I realized that they really like to come through this way, so, or through this, like, hole, and now they spawn in the, like, all the worlds, or mostly randoms. I'm not sure about the Navs game, but they spawn and there's, like, either what you will find is, like, this. Now, it's not with any of this, it's with the concrete going up like this and make it look more like a fort, but it's nothing. It's not. None of that was here. Okay, so either end up like that, and it'll have a metal door, but that's gonna be pretty easy to get through. Um, and then basically, what you're gonna end up doing is you'll walk in here, and it'll kind of just be a cave. And there'll be a few zombies that you have to take out. But after you take those zombies out, it's free reign on whatever the heck you want to do. It's a pretty big space. Basically, this is all the cave. I've hardly dug any of it out. I've dug some, obviously, for maybe to go out that way and then other places. But other than that, it's pretty easily not to be seen. So I'm going to switch it to day 14's night so then we can go and attack the horde. But for right now, we're just going to have to go and I'm going to show you around the base, and I want to see how well does this base hold up on day 14. Now I'm going to test it out. I'm going to be down here for the most point, but up top is what I'm going to show you is what's going to be basically going on. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be happening. So if you haven't noticed that in the new update of Alpha 16.2, they added paint tools. So now this is a storage box. This actually is not a, this isn't a cupboard, because as you can see there's a cupboard on this side and that side. But, you know what, I did like that because, you know what, it looks beautiful that way. I mean, the countertops don't look as nice because it's just a flat top, so it does look a little weird, but that's okay. And then we've got ourselves another storage box. We just painted this with the cooler, thing, and then I'm saying with the fridge. This isn't an actual fridge; these are just storage boxes, and I think it's really neat because they actually store a heck of a lot more than if you had a fridge, which is I like a lot. So we also have all of the storage boxes. These are basically all storage boxes except for the sink. It's a sink. That's a cabinet. That's a cabinet. That's a cabinet. The reason for that is because it was a little odd, and this is a storage box too. It's just really odd with all the with the countertops. It made it look a little weird, so that's why I switched those. So of course we just have potted plants everywhere, and other than that, we had to light up with torches because I'm not very smart with the electrical components yet. I'm not really smart, but as you can see, I did do this, which made it really cool. I think that is a really smart idea. It's basically a security gate. I'm not sure if you can actually craft these or not. A security gate. Sir. Nope. I don't think you're able to craft them, but basically I use a security gate. You could either use iron bars or whatever you want, but I use security gates because it looks a little bit more of a vent. So basically that would be what a vent is, and I have those placed throughout the whole building. Now it is just a block behind the vent to make it look so I don't have to like make a vent itself. So that's basically all that is. And then you come on in here and we've got the shower. I thought this was a brilliant idea, adding curtains on the shower, which I thought was a really cool idea. And then we've got another storage box, which is painted, once again painted. We got a fancy toilet, a medicine cabinet, and then we had to paint that because the medicine cabinet is actually just a black cabinet, or look, a little black, not 1/4 block basically. And then I just painted it. So here is the master's bedroom. It is a little small. I mean, you have to probably pull a chair from out there into here, but it makes do, and it's really nice. And of course, I have a vent in here because you have to breathe. You don't have to worry about the door having to be open and you getting completely destroyed by zombies. And here you've got the little kid's bedroom, and I think the bedrooms kind of turned out the most best. I think because you know what, for being how small they are, they've made a lot of space. Now, of course, just try and realistic this as a bunk bed. Okay, I know that they're floating, but that's just how it is. So then you come on in here. Now this is locked. This is super secured. And then you come on in here now. This is the point which is weird because I have to turn that off and I have to turn it back on, and will it work? Now see, the weird thing is that the lights don't really work, okay? I'm not sure if it's a bug or something, but they don't really work when you have them powered up, and it's really annoying. But basically, we've got 2 safes, and then we got some more storage boxes as if it's a storage. We got a Munchkins box too, and that's about it. And of course, I have these propped up on security gates, and that is for if there was to be a water leak or something, that if this was the flood, it wouldn't affect the battery and it wouldn't electrocute everyone else. So that's the only reason why those are propped up and everything else isn't, because you know what, no one cares about the other stuff. So basically, yeah, that's the kitchen and that's the living room. There's not really much about it. They've just flat screen TVs. So now you go through this door, all right, and now this door leads out. This is an extremely propped door. Here I've placed this down just because I had to get all these guns and stuff up to 600 because it's going to be pretty insane when day 14, when I won't make it day 14. So up here we've got ourselves a very high concrete. Now, as I've said, the most secured spot is this like little tunnel right here. This is like, what is it? It's too thick of block, the concrete. Okay, now for a zombie, that's pretty difficult to get through, and considering that you'd have to get through the inside, and the inside is pretty much littered up with a bunch of booby traps. Now it's 2 up from the inside, and it's 2 out from this part, and you've got 2 thick of whatever it's what's it called, spikes. And then we've got ourselves layered up with the security gates. I just love the security gates. I'm sorry, it's just they look so nice. I have to use them, and you can still shoot through them and everything. So it's like an iron bar, except it's more beautiful, majestic looking. But I'm just like, again, I'm not sure if you can create these in survival or not. But if you could, that'd be pretty cool. But basically, then that you've got another 1 thick wall of concrete, and then you've got a reinforced concrete around the outside. Facing this. Now, the reason why there is this is in case I can go and snipe them throughout here. I can either just climb up there and do that, or I can snipe them through the gates right here. Now, I'm getting cold. Do I have a coat at all? I do have a coat, and I'm getting cold. But anyways, basically that's that, and that's basically goes around the whole thing. But now these are all indented, and that's why there's a half slab. So then if there is a what are they called? Spider zombies? If a spider zombie came up here and started like freaking doing his own thing whenever he wanted, I could go and shoot him and take care of him, and he wouldn't be able to get up and over these. Now, you may be wondering what all these generators are for. Well, we've got ourselves a lots of auto turrets. Now, this is what's left of day 7's horde, or night 7's horde. Okay. Now, night 7's horde didn't really last very long. They pretty much all died before like 23 came around, and yeah. So you may be wondering why there's these. Well, they're here I can just go like this. So basically, you've got your auto turret on the inside right there. Now, they have a certain way of how they are, but just to show you exactly how much ammo they have, we're running pretty much low, but you can see the camera view. You can see all of that, which is kind of cool. But also its range goes out pretty good view too. But basically, I really enjoyed those. Now, that's basically just how really fortified this little section is. You can tell it's very fortified. I've put wooden spikes around too high around the reinforced concrete, and then I've went out one, placed another 1 layer of wooden spikes, and on the outside of that I put barbed wire. Now, the reason for the barbed wire is it slows them down a lot, and then, of course, the spikes will slow them down. And then if there's any spider zombies, well, they'd pretty much run into that wall, and they probably wouldn't get very far with it before dying. So this base, you really don't have to do anything. It's very secure. Now, you may be wondering, well, what about the front side? Well, if you didn't look out that door, you could probably tell they ain't getting through this side either. They ain't gonna get through anything. So the only way they'd probably really be able to get to me is if they ended up digging through the ground, because it is kind of, I think it's like 2 or 3 blocks of snow before you actually hit the cobble, till you hit the cement of the top ceiling of my base. So basically you're gonna kind of end up smacking into that, and that would not be a very fun thing to end up doing. So anyways, so without further ado, let's go ahead and we will prop ourselves downstairs. Now, of course, you may not be able to hear me because there is going to be a lot of gunfire. A lot. Actually, I'm just going to come up, and I'm actually gonna stay up here. Why am I going to go downstairs? I want to go and enjoy all this awesome stuff that's going to happen. So let's go ahead and we're going to switch it to day 14. So let's just go ahead and bring it to day 14. All right, now we're going to go over and hit 22 for Horde Night. Alright, Horde Night is now in progress. We're actually going to lower the speed down to 1 so it makes it even longer. Alright, let's go ahead and see exactly what will happen on Horde Night to this base. Ooh, look at his red. Look at it. Oh, here they go. We can see them. Like I said, clouds. Really. Let's see how well this base works. Very good, very late. These guys are quite strong. We are going to help out our oh, we got zombie cops. Check that out. Does not look like that. It's like what we're we have the last one, so they seem to be breaking the block next to it and have the block. So they have breached through our first 2 layered walls and they have broken all of our defenses and stuff. But that is still okay. You can just go and 25 guys. You would probably expect that. So another block. Oh, that's starting to get that part too hard. I'm trying to end this. I'm probably breaking bricks on the outside right now. Or blocks. Blocks. They break this. Yeah. Oh, jeez, look at that. Oh, there we go. Main probably get through now. But we're not going to let them. This is our home. That being dug in the tunnel. Dug in the tunnel below. And now we're this problem right here. Go ahead and try and lead these guys into the this is actually really good. Oh. Look at that. They're breaching a second breach that is a lot more broken than this one. May end up with them reaching into our face. Oh, they are in. Oh boy. Bros. This is our last stand. Look at that. Dude. Wow. I was not, maybe if I didn't spawn in those 25, that just goes to show how powerful this base actually is. And I'm not sure if they're going to are they even breaking that door? Yes, they are actually breaking, because I saw it bent back, as you can see, and when I zoomed in, it is bent back now. When I zoom out, I think it looks perfectly fine. But yeah, they seem to be they're peeling that door back. But they seem not to have been able to breach into this safe room, which is good, because if they were able to breach... Oh my! Oh wow! That door was a lot more damage than what I thought. Alright, we're going to take out our rifle, because we're going to see how... This is probably more powerful. We're going to take out these guys. Oh, he's coming at it. Wow. I'm going to end you. They're not having... Oh, geez. Okay. So once they come down, it's either they're getting it will be really scrap these guys will fall. I have not noticed how tall these guys are. Alright, so now it seems like they're actually running back over to the so as you can see, we've wasted actually quite a bit, but that's just because we're using our AK. Now, what kind of loot do these guys actually have on them? So we just got some bones, oil, and that guy had nothing. I don't want to actually go out for the fact that I probably could end up being killed. I really would like if these would actually work, because it would give me a little bit more. Oh, that's why, it's because they're dead. Well, okay, so let's go ahead and grab another just random battery. Alright. Now turn on. Alright, there we go. So maybe it's just because it was dead. Maybe it's just because it was dead. So now it gives us some light that we can see on the ceiling, and it's going to be pretty good. They have broke the floor, it looks like. Guys, are all of them gone? Have they actually all... Have we cleared out all the radiated zombies? Did we actually take them all out? Okay. Let's look at this. Alright, we're gonna shut the... So this is, I think, the first side that they attacked. Was it not? Yes, this is the very first side, because it's the side of this ginormous hole. Now, this captured a few of them, but of course, zombies are a little bit more smarter than got to there. But zombies are a little bit more smarter, which then led them into this spot right here. Now, they seem to have not been actually able to breach this side, but the second time we started the horde, after a few strangles actually got into the left and right side of our base, they actually were able to just completely ambush this whole thing. Not ambush, I should say, but they pretty much destroyed it. Now, they had help from, of course, the one dudes. They had help from the radiated weight guys, whatever, right guys or whatever. And basically, as you can see, they pretty much breached this whole thing. They actually dug underneath it. So this is the level that I was talking about. It's supposed to be flush right here, but they took the downward one. So that could be a thought process you could put into the idea. And as you can see, they actually started digging in. Oh, they actually reached the vent, dude. They reached the vent. Wow. Holy cow, they actually reached the vent. That's actually surprising. So yeah, they did not just like dig into our wall right here, but we were dealing off some good damage while they were trying to break into this 2-layer. Now, if you had 1 layer, they would have been broken through into that thing so quickly. So that's why it's kind of a good idea to put into 2 layers. And if you wanted 3 layers, but if you have 3 layers, in between those 2 layers, as it will have 2 walls, put in some spikes and they'll slow the suckers down quite a bit. Or barbed wire, whichever one you want, whatever one you want to use. Barbed wire, they'll have to hit the wall twice if you put it on 1 height. And basically, yeah, so they seem to have dug out this whole area. Alright, now the spikes are of course floating because they are kind of attached to the walls, but that's the only reason why. So they seem to have actually hit, I think this is that's the front, so this is the left side. The left side they seem to have actually smashed into, which is quite surprising as well. So they seem to have dug in the left and the back side of the base. So now that's, of course, it's not a kind of reason why they attack those sides. So you don't have to worry about if they attack those 2 sides. That's just the sides that the game decided to put the hordes on. And if this is the side that I've put in the 25 radiated zombies. Now, like I said, they were doing quite a bit of damage. Now, of course, this has a 2-layer block, and that's what I said before. But this is all a 1 layer on top. So if you were to put like a 2-layer on this sucker, you'd be pretty much set. But the thing is that the more layers that you put onto a base, the more that you're either going to have to repair or replace. So as you can see, if you were to have to come through here, you'd have to place in so many blocks, but you kept yourself safe, and I didn't even deal a single damage. But of course, then the cleanup, your cleanup crew, you're going to go around if you want to search all these guys, because this is quite a bit of dudes. But no, pretty much those my turrets. Let's go and see how hard these guys actually work. How hard do my turrets actually go out and work? But basically, that is this base. Now, it is, like I've said multiple times, it is a very strong base. It is very costly, of course, very, very costly. I mean, there's many base designs that aren't as costly, but this is my base design, and of course, I'm in a not created by them survivals, and these guys do know where I am, and they still do spawn. But that is pretty much exactly how this basically works for me. Come on, is it a raining outside? It is a raining outside. But basically, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe down below, like so, for more of this content. If you like it, please tell me down in the comments below. And don't forget, I do have a discussion page. I know that it's not like another page, but you know where it is. It's on the upper bar. You got my home, my videos, my playlist, and all that. It should say discussion, and then about after that, or somewhere in that general area. If you go onto there, just go ahead and type down something below, maybe like, hey, it's me, and I subscribe, and I'm like, oh, thank you, bro. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed. But as I said, I'll see all you dudes in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you then. Bye.